Hello, beloved hearts. I am so excited to be connecting with you today. I wanted to create a quick transmission for you around the frequencies of freedom and letting go and liberating our flow and releasing resistance from our system, right? So I had a beautiful call with a client today, and the question that she asked was, how do I release any resistance, any stuck or stagnant energy, and really open the portals to reality to allow the abundance, the miracles, the beauty, the blessings, the love in all forms, the rich connections of the heart, the creative inspiration, the flow of revelations and epiphanies, and the satiation of the creative process itself. And so I want us to tune into this together because it's really so simple, but we have to remind ourselves to give ourselves the space to go inward. So one of the natural inclinations, because of the fabulous society that we've been born into, at an early age, we were thrust into school systems that teach us to wake up at a certain time, to learn a certain curriculum, to do all of these things that may or may not resonate with our unique rhythm, cycles, and flow of beingness. And so we are untraining all of that, and we're starting to open into, this cosmic electric energy that is available and accessible to us when we really liberate into our own unique flow of genius, our own rhythms, our own synchrony, our own intuitive directionality and guidance, the internal navigation system that guides each of us uniquely, and that looks nothing the same for any of us. It's totally unique to us. And so tuning into that. And so the first facet of wisdom that I would like to offer you is to access the breath. So in any moment when you start to feel a sense of tension or resistance or holding on happening in your mind, and the way that this happens in the mind is that we cycle things. So just catching in your awareness where you are cycling certain patterns of thought, where you're grasping and holding on and forming an attachment to your desires, and you're not allowing yourself to be present in the flow, in the beauty and the aliveness of life here and now, in leading yourself to your own next moment of greatest joy. What is in my greatest alignment and joy right now in this moment? What is my intuitive navigation guiding me to in this moment? And so being aware of those thought processes and where you're trying to power through and push through, or where you feel resistance or tension building in your body. And another question that she had for me was, how do I let go of excess weight? This is releasing resistance energetically is also another way to release excess weight and density that we are holding on to in the body through these attachments and subconscious beliefs, the grasping onto the desires, holding on, because what we're saying in that energetic inherently is, I don't trust and I don't know that my desires are mine, and that I am profusely, amply, abundantly, and bounteously supplied by love, by the quintessential intelligence and fabric of life and reality itself. So always in those moments when we catch ourselves in a space of resistance, or if we have stuck or stagnant energy, or we're cycling a thought loop or a story over and over and over again that's creating tension in our field, or that isn't allowing us to really move and propel forward in the ways that we're desiring to, becoming aware of it and returning to the breath. Okay, in this moment, I'm just going to return to my breath. I'm going to do, let's say, 20 to 30 deep inhalations in through the nose, out through the mouth. Go outside, plant my feet on her immortal majesty, Mother Gaia, allow her electromagnetic fields and light grids to reharmonize my energetics and systems, feel the breeze gushing through my holographic energetic field, and just chill. Just take a moment to just chill out, relax, return to yourself, return to the breath, return to trust and deep knowingness that you are so loved, so supported, so supplied by reality, and that will allow you to start opening and expanding your energetic field. And so when we really realize and we really know that we are immersed in a field of living consciousness, of superabundance, of living intelligence, of pure love, the universal Tao, in fabric of sacred geometrical mathematic intelligence itself that courses its brilliance through all things. We can see it reflected in our fingerprints, in the coats of exotic animals and plants and vegetables and flowers. We see it everywhere in nature. We are saturated and immersed in this field of living presence and living intelligence, and all that is at its core, at its quintessential core of truth, is this intelligence, is God, is love, is source, is infinite unconditional grace. And it's here and available for us in all moments. All we have to do is open into it. That's it. Return to the awareness and the remembrance that it is who and what we truly are at our core. And it's all that is. It's all that really exists at the most fundamental core level of reality in creation itself. So breathing into that, breathing into the luxuriant beauty and freedom and safety and trust and deep relaxation and what's the word that's wanting to come through? The relief that comes with knowing that that's all that is. I'm immersed in a field of love. I'm surrounded by love. Love loves me. Life loves me. It wants to gush and pour and give of its wellspring, its infinite, abundant, eternal wellspring to me, that its greatest fulfillment and satiation comes from overflowing its wellspring of infinite prosperity and pleasure and joy and freedom and aliveness into me. That is love's greatest satisfaction and satiation. So can I let myself breathe and receive that and immerse in that field and saturate in the orgasmic ecstasy of what this awareness truly means, to saturate in these states of beingness that allow us to start shedding the layers of density, of resistance, and start opening and expanding into the fullness of all that we are and all that's available to us. And when we do this, we're letting go of the tension and the resistance that we're holding our field, and love in all forms, all of the prosperity, all of the connections and the love and the beauty and the creative insights and ideas, and just simply the inspiration that comes from being alive in this now can start to gush and pour into us from all portals, pathways, and networks of reality, of our creation. So the invitation here is, when you're feeling this, instead of trying to power or push through or get stuck in your mind around what am I doing? What am I not doing correct? What do I need to do? What has to get done? To breath, nature, earth, play, relaxation, letting go. In those spaces, that is the most productive and prolific thing that we can do, and is the greatest gift that we can give ourselves, because to power through is to create more resistance, which is counterproductive to what it is that we are trying to create and experience. So letting go, going inward. If you need to go meditate or just lean back and drink from the abundant, ample supply that is the wellspring of life and beauty itself, do that. Give that to yourself. Allow yourself to luxuriate and be satiated by the wellspring of life. And the more and more that we do this, that we return inward, and this is really what this past year has been about. It's, in my perception, it has been a divine gift of grace that has opened the invitation to welcome us all back inward to this knowingness, to this truth of love, to the reception, the magnetic powerhouse, prolific reception of love, that then, once we are filled with this knowingness, moves and compels us to organic creation that comes from a space of pure inspiration. It is not forced in any way, and those actions are are exponentially more effective than any action that we could take from a space of push, force, struggle, attempting to make ourselves do something that is not in congruence or alignment or integrity with our truth in that moment. When we lean back, when we receive, because there is only attraction, there is no assertion, we allow ourselves to receive and fill and be satiated by the nectar and prolific garden of life itself. Then all the insights start to pour through. Then we feel inspired to create. Then we feel inspired to give and share and express and shine our love in the world. And that is coming from the most pure space in our being and in our heart and in our vessel. And its effects are quantum, much more exponential, much more profound, much more meaningful. And, and this is the power of flow as well, is that those, it's the meaning of exponential. It is literally this, that one action taken in flow is 50 billion times. Now think about this. This is a real stat. 50 billion times more potent, powerful, and effective than one single step taken linearly out of a flow state. That's why it allows executives to be 500% more efficient, effective in flow, why a 4-hour time chunk equates to a 5-day steady state work week for people who are operating out of flow. This is the power of flow, and this is the electric, cosmic, holographic brilliance that is available to all of us when we allow ourselves to reconnect with the truth of reality, the light of who we are, the knowingness and the safety and the beauty and the comfort and the luxury. And to me, luxury is more than just a physicalized expression. It's a state of being where we allow ourselves to really saturate in the frequencies of the Godhead, the unified field of light intelligence, where we know and perceive ourselves as that quantum, sacred geometrical flower of life, that pattern and design of life that is constantly moving in a superabundant toroidal flow. And we allow ourselves to rest there at the center of the now, at 0 point, at point bliss, as I like to call it, and saturate in the bliss until we are so filled that we are compelled organically to that outward movement. And so always returning to that space as a foundation before we are trying to go out and make things happen, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I know it doesn't work through our own experiences. So yes, returning to the breath, being satiated at the wellspring of life, receiving the glory, the majesty, the love, and the beauty that is accessible to you, knowing that you are inherently this intelligence, and really just feeling the warmth and the beauty of love itself, and trusting, which that trust will evolve and mature into a deep, solid, integral, certain, unwavering, invincible knowing through time. The more that you access and cultivate and resonate in these spaces of beingness, and just be there, be in the wonderment of life, and then let those creative forces move you. So I hope this was deeply supportive and helpful for you on your path. I love you so much, beyond even my own most prolific linguistic artistry. And yes, I love you so much. And I hope that you have fun playing with this. And I will see you all again soon. Mwah. Take exquisite, excellent care of yourselves.